Ladies and gentlemen, CNN is terminating not just one host, but numerous hosts and changing its format. This is The Guardian, less advocacy, more journalism. Changes at CNN and New York Times may signal push to the center. April 2022. This has been going on for a while. If you look at Warner Brothers, its stock has been crushed the past year. Warner Brothers Discovery crashed May 16th. This is Seeking Alpha. After beginning trading as an independent company, Warner Brothers Discovery has gone through a rough patch, getting beaten down by almost 25% due to a series of negative catalysts. And so you have the stock being crushed along with the entire market, along with the economy. And hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel below and the Bitcoin Crash channel. Go to the description section of each of these segments. People say, well, why do you keep bringing it up? Because I predicted it, and I told everyone what was going to happen. And it's September, in September of 2021, I said there would be a stock market crash. The Dow is now below 30,000. I said that would happen on the stock market crash and on this channel, H.A. Goodman. So we're almost at 200,000 subs. Hit subscribe to this channel. Hit subscribe also to the Bitcoin Crash channel to 10,000 or lower. That's going to happen, unfortunately, also. But if you look at, like, when I talk about, I did tell everybody in September when practically nobody on YouTube was talking about an absolute economic collapse, recession, stock market crash that we're seeing. I was talking about that, and the interesting thing is that I used to be on the far left. I used to be the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post. I used to be the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. I said, hey, I want a good economy. We had a great economy under Trump before people like Chris Cuomo, or Andrew Cuomo, I should say, got an Emmy for tanking their state economies, and they gleefully tanked the economy, ended economic activity. That was an economic sin we're experiencing the repercussions of today. But I said, you know what? I was on the left, and but I'm not born to be like a lifelong liberal Democrat my whole life. I don't owe allegiance or obedience to any political party. So I said, hey, I lose my mind, and I didn't have to stay in one political party just for the sake of appeasing friends or family that got upset when I left. And so now I support Trump, DeSantis, and I want a great economy and a great foreign policy. That I oppose the Lincoln Project, Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld, foreign policy advocates that are now within the Democratic Party. But my point is, CNN was an extension of the Democratic Party. They are now not going to be an extension of the Democratic Party, or at least not so much. They'll still always be liberal to the left, but they won't be this apoplectic, oftentimes hysterical extension of one political party. And because they lost 70% of their subscribers or their audience over the past year, and you have Warner Brothers stock getting pummeled. CNN is not something that is making them a great deal of money. I mean, in aggregate, they're making a great deal of money from CNN, but it's like they could be making a lot more money. And if you have an economic environment where people are upset because of inflation, high energy prices, recession, and possible depression. I mean, we are now heading into a possible depression. I'm not predicting an economic depression. But diesel prices continue to go up, and they will. And oil and gas has doubled. Diesel has doubled. Transportation will grind to a halt in this country eventually. If diesel trucks transportation runs on diesel, okay, so in manufacturing plants, so like diesel is very, very important. Extremely, extremely important. You just look, industries that run on diesel diesel fuel, agriculture, mining, drilling, construction, and the transportation industry. Okay? And so, power plants, manufacturing companies, okay, trucking industry. So, I mean, municipalities, local. I mean, it's if that goes, if diesel, which helps run the U.S. economy, is elevated more in price, increases, skyrockets even more, and a Chevron CEO, the Chevron CEO the other day said we're not going to build any more oil refineries because Democrats, basically because Democrats. And so you're going to have inflation. It doesn't really matter what interest rates, how high they go up. Inflation is going to continue to skyrocket because if you have energy prices that will continue to go up, a huge part of the inflation number is energy prices. Then if you raise interest rates too high up, you cause an even greater recession. Then you have layoffs. Then you need more government assistance. Then you get more inflation. Then you get the exact reason why nobody watches CNN. Because CNN has been a mouthpiece for one political party. And the economy is collapsing. Foreign policy is a catastrophe. This is objective. This is objective. The economy, there's nobody who can say the economy is good now. But CNN, it's like, if you are a hardcore, if you are a liberal Democrat, if you are somebody that despises Trump, you can't stand him. You're okay with a horrible economy, with inflation, 8 to 9%, recession, possible economic depression, interest rates going up as GDP contracts, food shortages, everything. You're okay with that because at least Trump isn't tweeting. At least he's not tweeting. So why would you watch CNN when you have you have MSNBC? You can go ahead and read the Washington Post, the New York Times, Vanity Fair, Esquire, Rolling Stone, New Yorker, New York Magazine, The Atlantic, Time Magazine, Mother Jones, The Nation, Daily Beast. It's an entire public relation. Los Angeles Times. Everything is either a direct extension or somewhat an extension of one political party. Now, the rebuttal is, well, that's just reality. It's like, no, you are not going to find one Trump supporter in any of the publications or cable stations I just mentioned. Not one. If anyone walks in to the offices of any of the newspapers and magazines and cable stations I just mentioned wearing a Make America Great Again hat, they're not going to be there the next day. Okay? And so this has to change for Warner Brothers. It has to change. Warner Brothers Discovery Inc. And so Warner Brothers owns CNN. And it's like, you're not going to be... They've lost 70% of their audience. They lost CNN ratings, primetime down nearly 70%. CNN loses nearly 70% of its viewers since Trump left office. You can't simply have a once prestigious cable station in the dumps just because of a political vendetta. At the end of the day, money talks. And you know what walks. So, and also, it just gets people annoyed. Because, like I said, there are so many other... Then there's endless YouTube channels that are extensions of CNN and MSNBC. There are numerous ways to enjoy yourself and engage in the tubing if you want to just dislike Trump and find somebody who dislikes Trump also on cable or in a publication. Okay, all of media is leveled against Trump and Trump Republicans. All of media. So CNN's going to be terminating numerous hosts, Brian Stelter being one of them, or he'll resign, and numerous programs. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now to all 3 YouTube channels below in the pinned comment. CNN wasn't telling you. Nobody on CNN was telling you, or MSNBC, or even Fox was telling you that we're going to have an economic collapse in September of 2021. I was. And the receipts are below in the description. I know it's annoying, but I have to advertise and publicize what, like, this is a pretty amazing call and prediction, and I did state exactly what's taking place. And now I'm saying we could possibly be flirting with, unfortunately, an economic depression. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel right now.